Now these are all the palette knives I am using mainly. Now obviously this, I show you this because it's a wall scraper or whatever it is. It's perfect if you paint on a big canvas. But this is exactly, it's a palette knife on its own. This is the one I use most because, well, it's very handy, it can do a lot of things. This one, I didn't quite know how to use it to start with. And now that I love it. So that's perfect. I'll show you in a minute. This is great to go in tiny corners if you are stuck with this too. This one, this is a set, I'll show you. These are a set which I got for Christmas. Well, they are fairly gimmicky and they don't really add anything to these, really. This one is a handy one to mix the paint on the palette if you do that. You have to have something with a bend there so that your knuckles don't get in the paint all the time. So you need that kind of bend. This one doesn't have it, but this being said, the fact it's straight there, it's great to pull the paint sometimes, so that's fine as well. This has the same effect, you can pull, but these two are very gimmicky. I mean, if you like that kind of little, you know, you can make texture. That would be great for texture, but not so much for normal painting, should I call it. Okay, so I'll start showing you how I use them. Now, oh, this is also a business card or bank card or whatever that you can also use as a palette knife. Now I'm tweaking my pink, so on the green I think it will be quite obvious, I hope. Right. So the main one, this one, usually you have to figure out if you paint something this way, you have to think a little bit ahead so that you can put your paint on this side of the blade and pull down. Otherwise, the other side, same, if you pull up, depending what's more practical in the way you are doing it. If you are right-handed, left-handed, it's up to you, but just keep in mind that you have to think ahead of time and put the maximum paint on one side of the blade. So, let's say, now also, which is so important, obviously the paint has to be on the sole of the blade, not on the top. It will come to the top anyway because, you know, paint is paint and it moves around and so on. But when you pull your paint this way, and let's say you have a lot which gathered on top, do not do what we do with a knife, you know, like that, to clean the blade. You need to keep the blade as straight as possible. And by bending it to scrape the paint, you'll wreck it. So the best way to do it is take another palette knife and put it back here. That's the best way to do it. And then you pull again. Or you go to the edge of your page and you just scrape it this way gently without bending the knife. Okay, so this, as I say, you put the paint on the side you will need and you pull. Then also, if you want to make straight lines, you use this, like we did the poles last week, or today. We are going to make them today. You know, for masts, if you have sailing boats or trees, you know, the trunks. Now you could also use, without bending it, you could also, no, you have to go sideways really. If you want, not great, not enough. I'm trying to make a tree and branches, but actually it's not what I use to make a tree and branches. You can use it if you want a trunk to be very straight on the edges, on the side, but not, it's not going to work very well. So that's this one, which does quite a lot of things really. It does everything I want. So that would be that one done. This one I use quite a lot as well because of the end being so straight. And again, for pulling, making straight lines, and then pull horizon. If you have the horizon and you want to do your C, you pull like this, and then you can pull the water down. And you probably saw me banging my palette knife in previous videos. It's just because I don't want to bend it. That's really why. Right, so then you pull in any direction you want, and you make more straight lines with this one. No, that's fine. This one is exactly the same. I don't like that one very much because usually they scrape a bit. Now it's fine if you have to go into a little corner, this one won't go, or it's good to scrape the others to remove the paint from the others. Not bad, but not my favorite. And that's it. Those two really, the two first ones. This, now as I said, was a Christmas present, and this one is not bad because it's quite big, so you can cover a big part quickly. You can also, again, you know, scrape. Yeah, in some ways, yeah, and I'm going to show you. Once you have a lot of paint spread on your board, okay, then you can come back to this one. And if you want to make a tree, then you can scrape. Can remove some of the paint this way. I'm not sure it's great. No, it's not very successful. Okay, so you don't scrape. But yes, you can use the end like that to draw things that you will fill with more paint later on if you wish. It's fine also to scrape for grass, you know, when you have something like this. Right. Okay, so that's about what you do with palette knives. Now, coming back to, we did the sky the other day. So, okay, let's go back to the sky. That's, you covered your area. And when I say to go with the wind, usually you barely touch the paint, so you don't want to scrape into it. And you just swipe it gently. You see that happens easily. So what you need to do is, I am going to add some white maybe. Now, let's say I have a cloud there. Then I just pull it gently, thinking of the wind's direction. Now, it would be obviously on blue or gray or something, but that's the gesture. So for the minute, you are going to do a few little exercises, and I'll tell you what to do. Okay, thank you.